Welcome to this critical section on our GenAI journey. As we delve deeper into security, ethics, and explainability, we move beyond building AI systems to focus on developing them responsibly. Now, the growing power of GenAI brings serious risks, from security breaches to bias amplification and opaque decision making. It's our responsibility to ensure GenAI systems are trustworthy, transparent, and aligned with societal values. At GenAI professionals, your work could significantly impact people's lives, businesses, and society at large. So, understanding the risks and responsibilities associated with GenAI ensures that you mitigate harm while enhancing positive outcomes. Whether you're working on GenAI for customer support, healthcare, or finance, security, ethics, and explainability will remain critical pillars. Let us start with the key security risks: data breaches. GenAI systems are trained on large datasets, often containing personal or proprietary data. If attackers breach these datasets, it can result in identity theft, regulatory fines, or reputational damage. For example, imagine an AI chatbot trained on customer service interactions. If these conversations are leaked, personal data like addresses or financial details can be exposed. Second is adversarial attacks. Hackers can introduce malicious inputs designed to fool GenAI models. Yes, this has happened. For example, an adversary alerts traffic sign images to make a self driving car misinterpret them, causing unsafe behavior. Then there is threat of model theft. High performing GenAI models are valuable intellectual property. If stolen, these models can be used to gain unfair advantage or for malicious purposes. And finally, misuse. GenAI tools can be exploited to create deep fakes, phishing content, or disinformation campaigns. Synthetic media generated by GenAI has already been used to impersonate politicians and spread false narratives. So, we should be aware of all of these key security risks when we are building our GenAI systems. Let us go back to our typical GenAI architecture and see how data flows and where are the potential risks. As we saw, GenAI systems typically have three layers: the front end layer, the application layer, and the back end LLM. And data flows between each of these layers. Now, in modern world applications, all these layers are deployed on cloud infrastructure. The front end and application layer will typically be on your own cloud account, and LLM will be typically used as a service. Remember, we get the API key to access LLMs. Hence, you should be careful of what data you are sending to the LLM. Below are few strategies. Number one, try and avoid sending confidential and personal data to the LLM. Then make sure LLM will not utilize your data for their training purpose. Generally, you will have to get a paid tier for this. Then, if you are going to build GenAI systems for an organization, try and get corporate accounts for LLMs. Here, you will get better security controls as well as LLMs won't use your data for training. And LLMs will not have any data retention or manual audit of the data that you are sending. Finally, you can also get a copy of open source models and get them within your cloud infrastructure. This will ensure better security. All right. Finally, let us see some generic security best practices. As we saw, we should avoid sending confidential or personal data as far as possible. If you do have to send it, use encryption for both data at rest as well as in transit to avoid security breaches. Implement access controls. Ensure that only authorized users have access to datasets and models. You can use role based permissions. You can also implement something called as model watermarking. Basically, you embed invisible watermarks in your models to track ownership and prevent unauthorized use. Then you should have input validation. You should filter and sanitize user inputs to avoid adversarial manipulation. You should also monitor the outputs. Continuous monitoring of outputs of GenAI systems will help to detect suspicious or harmful behavior. And finally, security audits. You should have regular audits of your GenAI systems to identify vulnerabilities before attackers do. So, you see, security is a continuous process. As GenAI becomes more pervasive, staying ahead of potential threats is crucial to ensuring these systems serve society safely.